What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, me showcasing how to get the shiny charm in Pokemon Legends ZA and fast and easy. Of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting my channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So simply, the shiny charm is gonna be a grind. It is the hardest grind in the game, level 50 to get it, and you have to complete a lot of Mabel's research. Now, you don't have to complete them all, actually. I didn't complete 6 research tasks, so you don't have to complete them all, but you do got to complete most of them. And the hardest one is obviously going to be the 1000 battles, and that is the worst grind. Everything else is pretty chill. Also, you know, completing your Pokedex is going to be a thing, but 1000 battles gives you 2000 points, and of course you get points along the way, so this is going to give you the most points. Now, what should you be doing for these requests? Well, one, I think the first thing is filling in your Pokedex, working on that. You know, catching every Pokemon in every wild area gives you a lot of points. Do that. Fill out that Pokedex. You know, Wild Zone 20 will actually give you a couple of random alpha Pokemon, and some of them can be rare Pokemon. Some of them can even be trade evolutions like Gengar, Alakazam, you know, like Metagross is just here. So, like, you get some really nice rare Pokemon in the middle of Wild Zone 20. So you can definitely use that to complete a lot of your Pokemon. However, some Pokemon are not in the game. Scizor is not in the game as a wild Pokemon. Surpluff, not in the game as a wild Pokemon. So you're going to have to use trades. Now, trading is part of the request. Unfortunately, you're going to have to work on doing trades, but it will give you a lot of points. You can use the codes on the screen here. It'll help you out on those trades, and hopefully you can do that. Yeah, evolving via link trade. You're going to have to do 5 evolutions. You're going to have to get, you know, all these done, but each one gives you 2000 points. So definitely recommend doing it. It's going to give you a lot of points. Absolutely, you know, complete that dex and do all that. Now that we have the Pokedex completed, we have done our trade evolutions, what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to get a good Pokemon to farm with. Now, I think Dragonite is a really good Pokemon to farm with. I also think Lucario is a really good Pokemon to farm with. Now, you don't need anything crazy for the farming Pokemon. My Lucario is not even EV trained or anything like that. It's just level 86. You could do this with a Lucario in the 70s, most likely. It'll be fine. The important thing is having extreme speed on your A button, quick attack, and a bullet punch. And then also Dragonite can do it too. Having extreme speed on your A button is going to be very important. My Dragonite is EV trained, but not in attack or anything like that. Doesn't matter. It's super easy to get your battles done. Now, to get your battles done, I was doing the Restaurant La Na method, and this is a super easy way to do the method. You're gonna have the Pokemon you want battling out first with you, so we can do this with Lucario, an example, and we are going to be battling a series of 3 trainers, and the trainers are gonna have Pokemon at level 30. Each one are gonna have 2 Pokemon, and they're super easy to defeat. And it costs $3,000 to go through. However, you actually gain money by doing this method. I originally started doing this process at $20,000, and I ended up going over $900,000. So you will gain money from this passively just by doing this, and it's super easy. You just talk to this guy, and all you got to do is give him $3,000, and then you are going to hold down the aim button and just spam your attack button. I just make it A because extreme speed is really quick, 3-second cooldown, and it goes pretty far. So we can just chill with this, and it'll be super fast, super easy. So pretty much this is all we're doing. You can do this with a macro, and that's the real secret of how this is the fastest way to get your stuff done. Literally, if you set up a macro, if you have like a controller, I have an 8-bit do Ultimate 2. I have a macro set up where I can essentially have the controller constantly spam L2, or I guess ZL in this case, and just mash A. And you can just leave it on the background, just make sure the macro works, and you can knock out all the Pokemon. And it probably took me about 9 hours to do it. I think I started around 250, and I got 750 done in a day, which is like really nice. Not even like a full day, just like me working, me streaming, was able to get it done in the background. Super chill, super easy stuff. And yeah, it's just it's just free. The only issue is it does take a decent amount of time to just get through all of these battles and things like that, which is definitely annoying, but it is going to be well worth it, just because, one, you will get the money, but also you will get through the whole process. Now we got our last trainer here. They're all just super easy. I mean, technically, you can do this with any Pokemon, right? That has a fast move. Like Dragonite's good. You can do a Scizor. Anything that has a priority move. I think Extreme Speed is just the best priority move in the game, and there's only like 3 Pokemon that learn it in the game, and there's no Pokemon in the game for the most part. So I just recommend going with it. So we got our battles done. You also get, not only do you get some money for doing the whole thing, just like battling the trainers, you also get some tiny mushrooms, which you can sell for money as well. So this is a decent AFK money farm as well. Besides getting the battles done, you get a little bit of experience candy, which are not really anything at all, but pretty decent for your evolution. Step is to buy out all of the Mega Stones. Now, you probably were buying some Mega Stones throughout the story, but you need to get them all for this to work out. You can exchange Mega Shards for all of the stones over here, and you can also get the rest of the stones that you need. Don't forget, some stones will be added in the post game from the Stone Emporium. Now, the Mega Shards are really easy to farm, and I made a whole guide just based on that. But essentially, you can get 999 super fast with this guide. Check it out. Not only do you need to destroy crystals for some of your research tasks for Mabel, but you will also need to get every single Mega Stone. And you can see they add the other starter ones at the end here, and a lot of these cost like 50,000, 20,000, 100,000. But the good thing is, because we already did the restaurant farming, we have a lot of money, so you can just buy out all of the stones with actual cash because of the restaurant farming. And don't forget to sell those tiny mushrooms you got, because that's going to give you a significant amount of cash. Now, the last thing for Mabel's research that you're going to probably have to end up with is the catching types. Now, you don't need to complete them all, and I just sort of avoided doing like dragon types, some of the like more annoying ones like steel types, because there's just like not a lot of these Pokemon that spawn in. But the main goal is to try to catch Pokemon that have multiple typings, right? So let's take Area 3 as an example. There's a couple Litleos that spawn here. You can get, that's fire and normal type, right? That's done. Hey, Ghastlies are everywhere in Wild Zone 4. And Spinarak, Ghost and Poison, Bug and Poison. Done. A lot of Bug and Poison. But like something like Dragon, the only reliable Dragon spawn is going to be Wild Zone 18, and then like farming the sewers, which is like really not that great. Duo types are going to be good. Like, hey, Wild Zone 14, you know, I know said Steel is hard, but there is Steel and Ground with Excadrill, Steel and Rock with Aeron and Larion, you know, Flying and Electric with Emolga, so there's some good stuff there too. Fletchhinder, Fire and Flying. Good things like that. Sableye, Ghost and Dark. Inkay is also like Dark and Psychic, so focus on those dual types, because essentially that one catch is going to do 2 things for you, which is going to make your life a lot easier in general. Slowpoke's another good one. Water and Psychic, really nice. And I would say farm the lower areas, just buy as many Ultra Balls as possible. And once again, you're going to have a lot of money because you did the cafe farming, and you're going to literally have 999 cash, or at least close to it. And then when you do sell, like, you're going to like look at all these mushrooms. Like, you get so much money just from selling the mushrooms. So you'll be fine on the money. You can just go ahead and catch everything. Now, after doing the 1,000 auto battles in the restaurant, going around catching a bunch of Pokemon, we finally have the ever lovely and the most powerful item in the game, the Shiny Charm. We are finally here, and we can easily Shiny Hunt all the Pokemon in the game. And stay tuned for more Shiny Hunting guides, because I will be Shiny Hunting every Pokemon in the game, so you can have a living Shiny Dex. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.